most everything I make is like if I'm making it for somebody's website, it's gonna get cut up into social media stuff because that's so much where it is. Maybe not specific ad campaign, but if they're starting at that point, it's like start with your brand, who we are, our value, our core values, our mission. Those can all be done in 30 to 60, probably 60 seconds. Have some B-roll for like a web header video that so if they when they go to your page you're like, oh man, this person, they've invested in their business. I see their brand. They're not a fly by night. They mean business. They want you to know who we are. They want you to see the team. Like they're kind of much it feels like a little bit more transparent in that way. The second angle is like if somebody's much smaller and they don't really have all that, the number one video is to me is like, what do you need most? It's like, what's your biggest pressing question that you have with a client? What is your is it like I need to make a sale? I've got a special or campaign that I need to run. So it's kind of starting from two different angles, really, of that. But like I like what you said, John. Those are very roofing specific questions. Like, hey, this is a really great start into video that answers questions that are the most important ones that you get hit with the most.
Yeah, it's also short. Short is good for the audience, but it's
Mhm.
also easier for a super inexperienced
Yep.
roofer making videos.
Yeah.
It's only 30 seconds, not
Yeah.
3 minutes. It's way harder, or whatever the time. Anything less than 30 seconds is great because you're able to actually do a million takes.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, that was better. Okay, now I'm more relaxed. It's just you're going to be able to actually get, practically speaking, if you hire Jesse to come to your office, then you're going to have um, more opportunities to make that how you feel comfortable in that video. And you're going to feel better about, you want to feel good about the video you just made. You may not feel great, but the first time, but you want to feel good. Okay, I did this video well. And
Yeah. And one of the things to like, help ease people's like, I don't want to be on camera. I'm terrible on camera. It's like, totally get it. Most people are. Is that, make sure your videographer or marketing company knows that like, hey, if you can give me an intro line and an outro line, and then I can read a voiceover script, like if I can just say one line on camera at the beginning to get myself on, and then a second line to get at the end, that's way easier. And then your videographer is going to go and shoot B-roll, which is basically just images of you in action, your company in action, something like that, to cover up that voiceover that you have read. That's huge. You don't have to, like, John's much more comfortable. Like, I can sit there and talk for 30, 60 seconds, a minute and a half on camera with it just being me. Now I'm going to go back and cut that up a little bit with different takes, but don't let the fear of being on camera keep you from pursuing video when you could really do the bare bones minimum and then just really record your voice with those it's called B-roll shots.
Makes total sense. Um, John, all of those videos that you mentioned, those are built into your ProLine campaigns as well, right? Those get
yeah, so
sent.
we literally say like, thanks for scheduling inspection. Here's a 32-second video we prepared for you. And it's a YouTube link. Boom, done.
That's the
It's
beauty of, because I think that's a question a lot of people have is,
how do I
oh, we're
get
gonna make this video, but then who's gonna actually watch it? How am I gonna distribute it? And it's like obviously you can put it on YouTube and it can be found there. It can go on your website, right? So people on your website can find it. But it's a really powerful thing if it's built into your process so that they're getting a text message and an email that is sending them that video specifically. Every single person who schedules an appointment gets that video and watches that video and is much more likely to watch that video as opposed to them just seeing it on your website. I think there's something too about like when someone gets a text message that's like, please watch this video, they're just a lot more likely to watch that because it was targeted to them. They're like, they're being told, watch this one video, versus if they go to your website, there might be multiple videos. There's a lot of different content on there where they're like, I don't know whether that video is actually worth my time or not. So they may or may not click on it. Like, hopefully they still will. But when they're getting it in that text message or that email that can be automated through Proline, they're much more likely to watch it.
The other
Yep.
thing is that John, and maybe you can speak to this, is that I think that probably most customers, they're shopping, right? They're like getting quotes from, two, maybe three people. Getting that video of you um, on these text messages, these emails, it's memorable and they connect with you versus XYZ roofing company, because they probably all, it's just a ubiquitous roofing brand or logo that's kind of hard to separate from another one. If they see that person, it's like they may get the logos confused, but they're not going to get the face confused.
Yeah.
And
It's
that's
the goal. That's the
yeah.
goal actually of our using these videos and using the automations together. The goal is that when Cameron opens the door and Clay opens the door, oh, hey Clay, hey Cameron, like that's the goal. And
Yeah.
it's funny to watch their reaction. Like, how do they? This is the point, guys. Like it's the
Yeah.
entire point. I want them to know who you are, so that they automatically trust you at some level, even before they've met you. Like that is the goal. And to your point, Jesse, other contractors are doing automations. They may be, if they're using Calendly, they're getting automated reminders of your meeting with this roofing company at this time. Nobody is getting a text message that says, hey, Bill, thanks for scheduling with Peach State Roofing. Here's a 32-second video about our inspection. They're like, 32 seconds? I'll watch that. And they click it. And there's like, oh, even if they don't watch the whole 32 seconds, they at least see your face one time.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, this is great. No one's doing that. And the most they may be doing is sending a picture of the tech that's coming out. Okay, great. You see the picture. But if you see Cameron climbing on a roof and doing an inspection, it's different. It's a different thing.
Personal connection to
100%.
that person. And it's like,
Yep.
if they have, like you're saying, Jesse, they have three people coming out. Well, now they have all that image in their head around Peach State Roofing, whereas
Mhm.
they don't with any of those other companies. And so which one are they going to be most excited to see show up, A, and which one are they going to remember 2 weeks later when they're making the final decision?
Yeah, and this person may be a little bit more expensive, but when you see that they're making an effort, they're putting all this effort and money into reaching and connecting you, you're going to naturally have the expectations like they're going to do a better job because they care. And like if they care this much, if they're going to put their money into marketing to do these videos, they're going to do more than likely they're going to do a really good job on my roof versus a faceless, generic roofing company.
Yep. Really quick story. Most of our audience are roofing contractors.